Welcome to InspireHER on the Achievement Channel, Nigeria's first and 100% motivational TV station, broadcasting from the School of Eloquence studio right here in Ikoyi, Lagos. InspireHER is a program designed to uplift women everywhere, sharing stories, wisdom, and experiences that help us grow stronger together. I'm your host, Onome Igugu, and with me today are two amazing women who bring a wealth of knowledge and passion to this space. One is Esther Evbodaghe, a seasoned finance professional and entrepreneur with 2 decades in the banking sector. She's also a dedicated Christian leader, ordained deaconess, and mentor who has empowered countless women and youth through financial literacy and faith-based initiatives. We also have Ngozi Ochuba, a seasoned pharmacist, wellness advocate, and midlife reinvention coach, passionate about helping women embrace health, wholeness, and purposeful living. In today's episode, we'll be exploring a topic that touches all of us: redefining friendship, sisterhood, envy, and support among women. Get ready for an honest, uplifting, and empowering conversation. All right, they say it's easy to clap for people that we do not know, especially celebrities. But when it comes to our friends, those that are very close to us, it's difficult for us to applaud them. So let's start from the very beginning. Today, I have Madam Ngozi as well as Madam Esther here in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So let's even start. Do you have friends? Very close friends.
I do.
You do?
I do.
Okay, so let me even bring your friendship. Okay, it's in the public eye, so I'm sure some of you might know them. We have Chioma Akpota, we have Uche Jumbo, we have, there are about 4 of them actually. Their friendship, their bond is very beautiful. They travel together, they do things together. Sometimes they just come together to cook. It looks very glamorous. It looks very beautiful. A lot of us go on their pages to make comments. Oh, I love them. I love this bond. I love that. You understand? But when it comes to those that are very close to us, it's difficult for us to applaud them. You have a friend who's close to you. She does something amazing and we don't say anything. So I'm just asking, let's start from the very beginning again. Do you have friends? So how does envy and comparison affect our relationship? I'm sure you have friends, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I guess everybody has 1 or 2 friends. You know, envy simply means one wanting what somebody has, and in addition, having resentment towards that person for having it. So that you can see that it's not a good feeling at all.
Yes.
Especially the parts where you're having resentment. Envy can actually be channeled and turned into something better. You can see what somebody is doing, and instead of being envious, wishing you're the one who had it, you can take an inspiration from that. If this person can have this, if this person can achieve this, if this person can do this, it means I can also be able to do this. So when people become envious, it's a bad feeling. And resentment means you're not happy the person has it. So that means you probably would want to sabotage that person. You won't support the person, and it builds bad blood. And so instead of building strong bonds, it actually tears people apart. So before you know, it's such relationship, instead of the relationship to grow, to blossom, the relationship ends, and sometimes it doesn't even end well. You know, fights will come up, accusations, and a lot of negative feelings will be shared between the parties involved. So envy, it's not good for a relationship at all. It's not.
Okay, so I was going to say something because you said instead of being envious of the individual, right, you can do something in line, right, to help build your own career or whatever you're doing. So my question is, what if you've been trying to do something and you're having challenges, you're having roadblocks, you're having setbacks, and that particular friend can help you and that individual is not? I'm just citing an example, not saying that it's right, but if that individual is not able to support you or is not supporting you and you know that person is capable of supporting you, don't you think envy can creep into that kind of relationship? Is it then justified?
No, nothing justifies it. Somebody not wanting to help you, it's their action towards you, right? Your reaction depends on you. So instead of becoming envious and the person is not willing to help, you can find other ways to get that sorted out. That person is not the only person that has that knowledge. There will always be other ways. There will always be somebody else somewhere that is even looking for somebody to mentor. Just take time and look properly. As far as the need is there, there'll always be somebody to help fill that need.
Interesting. Madam Esther, so let me come back to you. The very first question I asked. Has envy ever affected your friendship or relationship?
Well, today's topic is really very interesting because we're talking about friendship and we are reopening a conversation that so many women shy away from talking about. Not because it's not real, but because it hurts. And the truth is, if we are ever going to heal, we must be brave enough to look at those things that wound us the most. And that is envy, comparison, and silent competition among friends.
Silent competition.
Yes, these are not loud things they are not easy things to say out loud, really. Especially when they show up in our closest friendship. You know, those ones that we feel very close. Those ones that are sacred. Those ones that are supposed to be supportive. But today, we are choosing honesty over silence. Because behind every strained friendship, every quiet drift, there is this story of unspoken hurt. And it is time we talk about them. You see, female friendship are the most powerful relationships on earth. They are the most beautiful relationships because that's where we laugh the loudest. That's where we cry the hardest. That's where we feel the safest. But let's be honest, it can also be complicated.
True.
Because underneath that love, there is this quiet envy and comparison. What that simply means is that we are human. And every human being has a tendency to be jealous. You see, don't forget, Onome, from when we were young, society teaches girls to compete. Compete for beauty, compete for success, compete for love and approval. So rather than linking arms, then we start to measure ourselves against our sisters. We compare success, we compare our bodies, we compare careers, we compare relationship and even timeline. So we are never able to clap when our sisters win. And that's not good. But here is the truth that no one ever says enough. You can love your friend and still feel insecure. You can be proud of your friend and still feel a little left behind. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you real. The danger comes when you are unable to talk about it, when you refuse to talk about it, when you allow shame silence you, when you allow comparison turn to distance. That's when sisterhood or friendship breaks. Now, the question you should ask is, how then do we heal? We can heal by choosing to see ourselves as mirrors and not measuring sticks, by reminding ourselves that your win is not my loss and your light does not dim mine. You see, the closest friendship, or if you want to enjoy any friendship, you should be able to say to your friend, I'm really proud of you and I'm struggling too. That is what real friendship looks like. Not pretending, not perfection, but choosing to come as you are, human, messy, growing, and still cheering each other on. That is what real friendship should be. So when we stop competing and start connecting, there is so much we can achieve. So that's
So
what I'm saying.
there was something you said. You said that we're all humans, that there are
Yes.
times your friend wins and you still feel left behind,
Yes.
and it's normal.
Yes.
Right. So is it are you saying that people, okay, if she's my friend,
Yes.
Madam Ngozi is my friend,
Yes.
and there's something, maybe she had a win somewhere,
Yes.
and oh, she's excited, I congratulate her, I still feel envious, then do I go and tell her that, oh, this is how I feel? I want to understand what you're trying to communicate.
No. When Ngozi succeeds, I should be able to clap for her.
Yes.
You know, as a friend, I should be able to tell her that, Ngozi, I admire you. I'm happy for you. And I'm working hard as well. Because when I see her as my mirror and not measuring stick, then I'm able to celebrate her win. But when I now begin to see her as my measuring stick, that is when friendship breaks. That's when envy comes in. You know, she should be an inspiration to me. And she shouldn't be a source of envy to me. Because whatever God does for her, He's able to do for me. And even much more. So when we understand that, then we know how to celebrate ourselves.
Okay, so let's look at this scenario. I have a friend, or you have a friend who is not married. You're married. You have kids. She doesn't have kids. Her career, she's thriving in her career. You are not, because you're a stay-at-home mom taking care of your children. So how do you balance such a relationship to ensure that you're not envious of me, who is thriving in my career, but I don't have a husband and children? You have a husband and you have kids, but I don't. So how then do we balance such relationship to ensure that, oh, I'm not envious of you, oh, because now you have a husband, I don't have?
First and foremost, we should realize that everybody has a need. There's nobody that would say I have everything, worked, sorted out. So in a situation where a friend has a need, there should be that concern. There should be that mutual concern. You should be able to, your intuition, even without being told, you see your friend struggle. That is the connection we are talking about. You see what your friend is struggling with. You're supposed to be an emotional support to your friend. So you should be able to bring your friend, encourage your friend, talk to your friend, and help her see what is actually good for her, what is working for her that is also lacking maybe in your own space or other people's relationship. And again, your friend is doing well in the person's career, and your own career, it's probably suffering because you sit at home mom. So you can also reach out to your friend. Instead of being jealous, instead of being envious, you talk to each other, you support each other. You feed from each other's successes, draw inspiration from one another. Where one is doing well, the person can encourage the other one and show the other person, mentor the person, just vice versa. There will be no need for envy and comparison or distancing oneself from the other. We all need that shoulder of a friend to lean on. There's somebody that has that thing. There's somebody that has that emotional strength where you lack it. You lean on the person. You don't become envious or you don't distance yourself. And you don't start feeling superior. Because you're married, the person is not married, doesn't make you better. Whether we like it or not, everybody is not going to get married. And everybody is not going to get to the peak of their career. So the earlier we begin to understand these things and try to accept and understand people how they are without judging, without comparison, and working together for common goals, it will be better for all
without
of
putting
us.
pressure on people as well. Because somebody can be your friend, and I also think that depends on how you relate with that individual. You end up putting pressure on them. Oh, why are you not married? La la la, and all that. So instead of you encouraging your friend, you are then putting pressure on that individual. And like you rightly said, not everyone wants to get married. So what if that friend doesn't want to get married and it becomes a song? You're always singing that song to that individual anytime they are with you.
Sometimes the person may actually want it, but it's not working out. So there's nothing wrong with sitting a friend and looking at the problem together. Why is it not working out? Could it be that it's something that you need to do?
And being able to tell the friend the truth as well.
But that is what friendship is all about. That is what
Sometimes that's the
sisterhood is all
reality.
about.
Somebody can be your friend and you're not telling them the truth.
You see, friendship is about supporting each other.
Yes.
You can't have everything in life And the truth is, everybody's timeline is different. You know, that you are married now, you have children and all that, and maybe I'm not married yet, but I'm doing well in my career. You are not doing well in your career. There's this area I'm succeeding that you are not succeeding. So you are succeeding in terms of family life, and maybe I'm single, I'm not succeeding in that.
Yeah.
You see, it shows that you are not having it all, and I'm not having it all. So that's why we need to encourage one another. We encourage each other. The truth is, all these things, they will fall in place with time. You know, I've seen people whose friends got married much earlier than they had children, but the other one eventually got married, you know. And even if it doesn't come, that is not the end of life. You know, you must learn to encourage your friend and encourage one another. But that's why we all need a support system.
True.
That's
So what's the difference between a real friend and a surface friend?
Okay. You know, when it comes to friendship, you have to look at the depth of the connection. When we're talking about the example we just cited, where one has a career, the other one has a family, being able to ask a friend, why are you not married, will depend on the kind of connection you have with that friend. You know, the kind of friendship you have, is it a sisterly kind of bond? Is it a deep connection? Because really, if you are my blood sister and my sister is not married, you're not going to be worried. I'm going to be worried, and I could even call my sister, so what's going on? Why are you not getting married? Everybody has gotten married. Could it be something about us? Is this something we have to do? Or is it that you're not even going out? Nobody is saying you. You can throw that question to your sister and she doesn't feel anything about it. In fact, she's happy you care. So the same way, sisterhood, real friend, it's the depth of the connection. It's the kind of the honesty that comes with it, the trust, the intimacy is on a higher level than just a casual friend, you know. Just saying somebody is your friend, but really there's unspoken boundaries. You can't go deeper than certain levels. But in real friendship, the connection is deep. The trust is stronger, and the support is fierce. You find that in real friendship, the support does not dim. Even when your friend is doing something that's probably not the right thing, you don't detach from that friend. Instead, you try to help the person, you know, to navigate right. So that is how real sisters are, real friends are. You just want to see the other person thrive. You want to see that person win, no matter what it is.
Madam Esther?
well, what I would say is that this particular question you asked now is the heart of what it takes to build authentic connection versus simply being surrounded by people. If you have ever been in a crowd and felt lonely, or if you have ever been deeply loved by just one soul, then you understand what I'm talking about. You know, real sisters are not always born under the same roof. Sometimes they find you in the chaos of life, and they stay when it gets quiet. You see, real sisters are those that feel your heartbreak even without you saying a word. They know when something is wrong, you know, without you telling them. They sense it in their spirit and they call you anyhow. You know, they see the tears behind your smile. You know, they oftentimes, you know, they don't need you to stay small for them to feel big. And they are the ones that walk into your mess, your sorrow, your grief, and they sit beside you without trying to fix it. They stay and they hold space for your healing and not your highlights. And when life cracks you open, they don't flinch. They say, I'm here, even right in this. They are not intimidated by your growth, and they don't guilt you for glowing or evolving. You know, they understand that your light does not dim theirs. They water your dream while tending to their own. Real sisters, they tell you the truth, not to hurt you, but to heal you. They are the ones that will tap you on your shoulder and slow you down and remind you who you are and where you are coming from, in case the world makes you forget. And the most beautiful thing about real sisters is that even when life pulls you in different directions, you don't feel far from each other. You remain close because real friendship is not in location.
Yeah.
It's in loyalty. It's not in label. It's in the heart. You know, now let's look at surface friends. Surface friends are good in the sunshine, but they disappear in the storm.
Once things are hard,
So they are the
take off.
ones that come around you when life is easy, when you are smiling, when you are winning, when you are succeeding. And when life gets heavy,
They vanish.
they stay silent.
They keep their distance.
Yes. You know, when you need depth, they offer you distraction. When you need truth, they offer you silence wrapped. They offer you comfort wrapped in silence. They only know the version of you that is polished. They have never seen you shattered. They love the you that smiles, the you that laughs, not the you that breaks. They cheer you when it benefits them, and when it costs them something, they disappear. You know, surface friends, they don't grow with you. They grow apart, they grow distance. And you know the most funny part about surface friends? I tell you that your healing threatens them, your change confuses them, and your glow makes them uncomfortable. Not because you have done anything bad, but because surface friendship is built on shared stagnation, not shared evolution. But this is the truth. Real sisters don't need constant communication to remain close or to feel close. They don't count the number of times you call them or the number of times you text them back, but they count the number of times you showed up when it mattered most. And real sisters, they are rare, they are sacred, they are not loud, but their love is loud in your life. If you are lucky to have one, Onome, I need just one. Please hold her very close. Because in a world full of surface smile and shallow connection, real sisterhood is a revolution.
Interesting.
That's
Interesting.
I'll draw the curtain.
All right. The big question is, so there are some people you will ask if you have friends, and they'll tell you, no, I don't have friends. Okay, and that's as a result of experiences that they've had.
Yes.
So we'll be talking about how to build healthy relationship. But we'll go on a short break right now. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation. Do stay tuned.
Are you in governance?
You need public speaking.
Are you in business?
You need public speaking.
Are you a professional?
You need public speaking.
Now you too can learn how to overcome nervousness and speak with confidence before any audience at the School of Eloquence, the home of public speaking.
Attend our practical and training one-on-one coaching with West Africa's only certified speaking professional at any of our centers in Lagos and Abuja.
To register, call 0802 3032 066 or 0706 1606 078 or log on to our website schoolofeloquence.org. School of Eloquence,
Teaching the world to speak.
Okay, welcome back. We're still talking about redefining friendship. And just before we went on the break, we were talking about how to build healthy relationship. And I remember saying that some people will tell you they don't have friends because they have had bad experiences. So the big question now is, how do we build healthy relationships? Let me start with Madam Ngozi.
Okay, thank you. Building healthy relationship. One, it's very important. It's necessary. And it has to be intentional. You have to be intentional about it, you know, and jettison that competitive mindset. when such mindsets comes, when you now feel the pang that you are about to, those feelings, you're becoming envious, and you're like comparing in a way that is not okay. You have to call yourself back and reframe it, and reframe your mindset from envy, competitiveness to inspiration, like I said earlier. See, like if my friend is thriving, it means that the possibility is there. And for everybody, the sky is big enough. Another problem is the conditioning a lot of young people have, especially the girls, from birth. Like Madam Esther said initially during her introduction, there is this societal pressure, there is this conditioning the female is given, that you have to fight and compete for everything, that there is scarcity of resources for women at the table, which is not true. It is not true. You are giving the impression that for marriages, if you don't get married on time, you'll be behind. If you don't get married on time, all the men will be taken. If you are not at the top, only few women can get there. So if it's not you, it means your chances are so low, and things like that. And some of us grow up with this conditioning. So it's a competitive mindset, and it comes from scarcity mentality. So this scarcity mentality is like subtly built into a lot of young girls, and we grow up with it as women. So we always feel it's not enough. There's not enough. So we are scrambling for what we think is available, but that is not true. It's a false narrative. There's always enough for everybody if you're properly positioned. The fact that, for example, Madam Esther becomes the manager of a bank does not mean I cannot become a manager of another bank. And like she said, there's always a timeline. She could run her time at that bank and another person comes up, and it doesn't stop another female from emerging. So that scarcity mentality holds women back. You find out that we have horizontal conflicts where the women are marginalized, the society indirectly marginalizes women, then we that are suffering it, the women in the same level, we are fighting ourselves and helping society achieve that idea that women are not good enough. Because instead of us to empower ourselves, work together, lift each other up, we are busy fighting ourselves. So we must jettison that scarcity mindset and think more of win-win. If my sister wins, then I can win. And if she wins, then I have people that can pull me up as well. But if all of us are struggling and we remain where we are, that's not progress for womanhood. Another thing that we could do to build healthy relationship is that loyalty and trust. We should, as much as possible, somebody can't trust you and you betray that trust. You go behind the person's back, do things or say things against that person. That is not proper. So women must learn. It's said a lot of the time that women tear each other down, they gossip about one another, say negative things about. A real friend will always be there for you, even when you are not there. A real friend will always speak up for you, even when you are not there, not run you down. So you need to be intentional as a woman. You don't go behind, even if other people are saying something negative about your fellow woman. Okay, so I'll wrap up by saying that women should be authentic. You should try as much as possible in your relationship, bring in authenticity, bring in vulnerability. Don't pretend to be what is not. People should not only see your successes, talk about your struggles too. I can't only tell you all about my wins as if I don't have struggles. That is not a balanced picture of who I am. That means I'm not opening up to you. And if you talk about your struggles, it makes other women also see that you're real. And it now makes them understand that they are real and they are okay, that it's okay to have struggles. It's just for you to talk about it and find solutions. But if the only thing you talk about is your win, if the only thing you present is the good side, you might make other people feel like they are just not good enough and that there's something wrong with them. So in your relationship, there should be that balance. That way you build relationships that will endure, relationships that will last.
All right, still talking about being intentional. I know someone who would tell you that, oh, I've been to your house how many times this year? You haven't been to my house. Well, I'm the one who calls all the time and you don't put a call through to me. Just talking about being intentional. So I'm just saying, because there are some people who be like, okay, I forgot. It's not intentional. But if that relationship is really dear to you, if that individual is very dear to your heart, then you should remember to put a call through to that individual. You should remember to say happy birthday when it's something meaningful to them. I'm just trying to reiterate what she talked about, intentionality and being authentic. What do you think about that?
You see, building healthy relationship and support system is something we've talked about severally in our previous episodes. And Ngozi has spoken extensively on it. So building healthy and supportive relationship is something we've talked about severally in our previous episodes. And Ngozi has also, dealt extensively on it. So I won't want to say so much about it. I'll just be brief. And I will encourage women, to be present for each other or for one another. We should be present for ourselves. We should be kind, we should be there for each other because it's very important. We all need ourselves. So we should be able to celebrate each other's win. We should be able to clap for each other all the time. And we should learn how to collaborate and we should stop competing, really. Because that's the only way we can build healthy friendship and how we can build good support system. We should be able to share resources, opportunities, and wisdom. It's very key. And we should learn not to be judgmental. We should create safe spaces where our sisters can come to us and say, look, I'm not okay. So we should be there for one another. That's just what it is to build a good support system and a healthy, also building healthy relationship.
Okay, so let me even start with you this time. Why do you think it's easier for women to tear each other down than to celebrate wins?
Well, women tearing each other down or women lifting each other, both dynamics exist. But it depends on which one you are contributing to, because every one of us is contributing to one. But for me, I'd rather choose the path that builds than the path that destroys. Now, imagine the impact of millions of women choosing to lift each other up every day. How do you think the world will be? It will be a better place, of course. But like I said before, society is partly responsible for why women tear each other down. Because, there is this wrong narrative that is being passed that there's only room for one or only one seat at the table and there's no enough success to go around. Just one woman can have it all. Instead of us, linking arms, then we begin to, compete with one another. And they create this scarcity mindset in women. Women now begin to project fear. We should not be. Because really, the sky is big enough for everyone to fly. You understand? And when this happens, what do you expect? There will be gossip and unhealthy competition, which can be very harmful. Now, let us look at the positive side, which is the area I want everybody to contribute to, every woman to contribute to. Women lifting each other. That's an abundance mindset. And it will take emotional intelligence and self-worth for you to be in that circle. Because you will understand that it is only a secured individual that can build another person and not tear the other down. Yes. So that abundance mindset, you need to have it. Which says that there is room enough for everyone. There's enough success to go around. And when you have that belief culture, That is where you will see women who are championing sponsorship, mentorship, collaboration, connecting. That's where you see women offering help when others are going through challenges. That's where you see women sharing resources, opportunities, and wisdom. That's where you see women clapping when others win. That's where you see women encouraging one another. That's a very rich circle, and it's an abundance mindset which I would desire every woman to have. And when we choose to be in that circle, what do you think? What kind of community do you think we will build? We'll build a very strong community, and I can tell you that the impact will be powerful.
Of course.
So that's what I'll say about that.
Madam Ngozi, do you have anything to add?
Well, what I will add to what Madam Esther just said is this. Just in summary, women need to understand that there's, like she said, there's room enough for everybody, and one person's win does not mean you're losing. Because, this scarcity mindset that we are conditioned into, a lot of women, sells this false narrative again that the table is limited, or the space on the table is limited. So if Onome gets there, it means I wouldn't be able to get there. But that is not true. So women should really understand that one person's win is actually a win for every other woman. Because it simply sells to you that there is possibility. If she can get there, it means a lot more of us can attain that height and even surpass it. So we don't need to be envious. We don't need to be jealous, but we should be inspired even to do more. That's one. Then I think, what else would I want to say? I think that sums it up. Women should adopt the abundance mentality, the win-win mentality, which just builds strong connections, strong communities, and strong bonds. And that way, everyone thrives.
Okay, so how do we balance friendship with boundaries and knowing when to let go?
I mean, this is a deep one. Balancing friendship with boundaries and knowing when to let go takes both wisdom and courage. Yes. A real friendship is one that feels like a warm hug. And when that same friendship starts feeling like you are carrying weight, I think it's time to let go. Yes. I say this because the Bible says, can two work together unless they agree? What that tells me is that for two of us to work together, we must be in agreement and we must align. So, you see, the strongest friendship, they are not based on obligation. They are based on choice. And they strive not out of neediness, but out of mutual presence and effort. So, a friend is someone who allows you to be yourself. And it takes two ways. You are allowed to be yourself fully, and you're also allowed to protect your peace. That's what a real friend would allow you to be, or how a real friend will allow you to be. Now, a true friendship, you must be seen, you must be heard, and you must feel safe. And when that friendship constantly drains you, or makes you start feeling guilty, or questioning yourself all the time, then I think it's time to let go.
Yeah.
You see, boundaries, Onome, they are necessary sometimes.
But they're not easy.
Yes, they are necessary because they are a way you protect your peace, your growth, and your energy. You can, still love somebody and need your space. I don't know whether you agree with me.
Yeah.
You can wish somebody well and still decide that this person no longer belongs to my inner circle. It's your choice to choose who you want to be in your inner circle. Boundaries are not rude, though. They are very necessary. And letting go does not mean that you are bitter. What it simply means is that you have decided to choose peace over pressure, alignment over attachment, and truth over tradition. And I want to say this with love. You know, that we started together doesn't mean that we must go together. Yes, that's okay. But what is important is that if you are wrestling with a friendship that feels very heavy right now, I think you need to take your breath. Yes, honor your heart and remember that, you know, letting go at this point is very necessary because peace is a good enough reason. So that's what I will say on that.
Anyway, like what Madam Esther just said, friendship is built on mutual respect, right? And friendship should bring peace and should also bring you growth. If you are in a friendship where you don't seem to be growing, but instead you have to be very careful with every move you make. When you are in a situation where it seems like you have to walk on eggshells, then you should know that you have to take a second look at that friendship. Do you really want to continue? Because that means you're not having peace, you're not comfortable. A friendship that drains you, like she said, like you're carrying weight. In fact, you have a friend and when it's time, maybe you have an appointment with a friend, you're wishing it won't even hold because you don't know what to expect. Maybe your friend, you see your friend as somebody that comes across to you as being irrational towards you. So the relationship becomes like a burden, as if it's no more voluntary, as if it's obligatory. Then it's no more friendship. It has become a burden.
That's true.
And in a situation like that, if it's no longer serving the purpose, and you're not growing with that friendship, because friendship should actually make you, that is the benefit of friendship. If associating with you or a group of people, it's not helping me a better person, then of what use is it? Then you might as well give space so that better relationships can come in.
That's true.
Interesting. So how then do we champion other women's, women who champion other women's success? How then do we celebrate them?
What I would say on that is that women celebrating women is a very powerful thing. And I always encourage us to celebrate ourselves. Let's celebrate one another because, like I say, when you win, I win. So it's a very rich culture for us to learn to celebrate ourselves. When another woman wins and you clap, do you know what you are saying? What you are saying is that I'm not intimidated, rather I'm inspired. And that is what every woman should do. So if you are a woman who claps, who lifts, who encourages, who champions when others win, what I can only say to you is that you are the most valuable player. Because actually you are the real MVP. Because it's a good thing to, clap when another woman wins. And I want to encourage all of us out there. Let us learn to clap when our sisters win. It's a good thing to do. So,
all right, Madam Ngozi.
Yeah.
As we wrap things up.
Okay. Like Madam Esther just said, when other women are winning, or when other women are speaking up for other women, we should not just keep quiet. We should also celebrate those that are representing us positively, lifting others up. Some women come together, they carry, the interest of women out there in the front burner. Like Chimamanda, whenever she speaks, you can see that most of her speeches are to lift women up. And we shouldn't tear such women down. We shouldn't sabotage their efforts. Instead, we should also support them, either by re-echoing the messages they have said, or speaking good of them. Like she said, sharing them up, supporting them, and showing up for other women too, and learning from what other women are doing for other women. We shouldn't speak ill of women that are fighting the cause of other women. We shouldn't come and say and belittle their efforts. Sometimes you find women belittling the efforts of other women that are winning. That is actually born out of this envy we talk about. No, when a woman is doing something to empower other women, we shouldn't belittle. Instead, we should help lift and expand it. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today on Inspire Her here on the Achievement Channel. We have shared heartfelt truths about friendship among women, the joys, the challenges, and most importantly, the ways we can rise above envy, build genuine sisterhood, and celebrate one another's success. A big thank you to my wonderful co-hosts Esther and Ngozi for their insight and wisdom. And to you, our viewers, thank you for spending this time with us. Let's continue this important conversation. Follow us at Achievement Channel on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, and of course, YouTube for more inspiring content and updates. Use the hashtag #WeSeePossibilities and share your thoughts with us. I am Onome Igugu. Until next time, keep shining and keep lifting one another.
Hello, my name is Oluwagbemisola Ojedoku. I'm a full-stack website developer. Keep watching Achievement Channels.
My name is Christiana Salmon, Mrs. State Coordinator, NYC Lagos. Keep watching Achievement Channel is a motivational channel.